Compound annual growth rate. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about dividend growth. Specifically, we'll discuss a key measurement used to determine the growth rate of dividends, and that measurement is called CAGR, or the compound annual growth rate. First, let's imagine you plant a small tree in the ground, and every year the tree grows taller than it was before. It grows new branches, new leaves, and bears fruit. CAGR is like a magic number that tells you on average, how much taller did my tree grow each year. If you check on the tree every year, you might see some years where it grew a lot, and other years where it didn't seem to grow as much. CAGR smooths it out so you can see the steady pace your tree is growing at. It gives you an idea of the average growth over time. So how does this relate to dividends? Well, if your investment creates dividends, those are the fruit the tree grows. Let's say your dividends are apples from the tree. In the first harvest season, your tree may produce 100 apples. Then the tree matures a little and grows a few more branches throughout the year. In the next harvest season, the tree produces 110 apples. In this scenario, there are 10% more apples in the second harvest. In the third harvest, let's say the tree produces 132 apples. That's a 20% increase from 110. Overall, between harvest 1 and 2, there was a 10% growth in the number of apples produced. Between harvest 2 and 3, there was a 20% increase in the number of apples produced. This would create a 15% CAGR, the average of the growth rates on the harvests. Now back to our original question. CAGR is the average growth rate over time. So in this example, the CAGR of the dividends would be 15%. CAGR helps you understand how much the dividend amount is growing over time. Why is this important? Without CAGR, you might not look at year-over-year dividend growth and miss the big picture. While you own investments, it's great to receive a dividend. It's even better to know that the dividend amount per share is growing over time. So let's talk about what you should look for when examining a company's dividend history. You want to find a company that has a long history of increasing its dividends every year. A good place to start your search is with the Dividend Kings. These are companies that have increased their dividends for 50 consecutive years. There are currently 36 companies in this group. Some of the most notable include Colgate, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, and Coca-Cola. If you want to take your research a step further, you can examine a company's historical data and calculate its average dividend growth rate. To do this, find two dividend payments from 2 different years. Let's use 2020 and 2025. Find the difference between the 2 dividend payments. Divide that amount by the original or base dividend payment. Multiply the result by 100 to get the percentage change. Now you have the average annual dividend growth rate. What you really want is a company that has a high growth rate, because that means the company is increasing its dividends faster than other companies in its industry. Another great source of information is a company's 10-K. A 10-K is a report that all public companies must file with the Securities and Exchange Commission each year. A 10-K includes financial statements, notes to those statements, and other information about the company. If you look in the notes to the financial statements, you will find a line item that shows the changes in the company's dividends. When examining a company's dividend history, keep in mind that the growth rate can fluctuate from year to year. Sometimes a company may experience a period of slow growth or no growth at all. However, over the long term, you want to see an upward trend in the dividend growth rate. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did, please give us a like, and remember to subscribe so you're notified of our next video. Thank you for watching.